Hitting it now. I hit it. I hit the button. I hit it like it owes me money. We're live now, apparently. Hi, everybody. Hi, Sam.
Hi, Stuart. Hello. How's it going, Mr. Stewart?
It's going really well until you started singing.
That's fair.
That's
fair.
Curb that shit. 5 minutes late. Well, that's,
Time zones.
We're here. Don't you worry.
Yes. Look, was Zephyr and Cochrane on time when he launched the Phoenix? No, he wasn't.
And it wasn't just because of Borg interference. It's just...
Because he couldn't find his tape deck.
That's right. Steppenwolf for the win. I'm drinking, too, because first contact day. Yay! $25 super chat shots. Anybody interested in super chatting in $25? I'll have a shot. I got peach schnapps here. Might as well celebrate and have some fun.
Yeah. I also have a sippable drink up to you guys. And I just got a friendly reminder by the old YouTubes that Red Letter Media just released their next Picard review thingy.
Ooh, watching that tonight.
Yeah, exactly. It came out 30 minutes after I noticed, or not before. You know what I'm trying to say.
Not usually, no.
Oh, well, that's not a good show then, is it? But it's fascinating because they're probably going to comment on, the overly ship porn nature of one episode. They're going to... you assume they'd love the Rose stuff, you'd assume. Objectively, it's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
it'll be interesting to get their take on it, for sure.
Yeah, what a weird three to review. They're so different. Yeah. I don't know. That'll be heavily watched by the entire... Oops, dash it.
I gotta say, though,
That's alright.
He spilled something that's very, very bad. Guys, hit that like button. We have 39 viewers with 18 likes. Let's try to get those likes up as much as we can. And by all means, consider joining the channel. We have the join option where you can join at any rank and be part of our fleet, the Trekyards fleet. And we will... We'd like to see you guys join, or at least take a look at it and see what the options are for joining. It's always a fun time. So if you want to be part of the fleet, have a ship, be assigned to a ship. I'm just talking here, guy. It's fine. You can just clean up your mess.
I wasn't even grabbing it, but it fell.
Clean up your mess.
And it exploded.
And it exploded. It's inside out, and it exploded. Yeah. Anyway. As I was saying, guys, so hit that like button, support us in any way you can, either Patreon or joining the channel. Both of them have the same perks and same rank structure and stuff, and you get your name in the videos, in the fleet videos. You get to see what ship you're serving on. It's fun stuff. It's really fun stuff. So please help us in any way you can. Super chat in. Like we said, any thoughts you have on Star Trek, old, new, anything like that, let us know. We want to talk about it. We want to hang out with you guys and have a good first contact day. They didn't announce anything yet today. Would have expected something by now, but we'll see. Maybe it happens during our live. You can talk about it. Breaking news. But they announced all their other stuff like last week. New season of Lower Decks. Renewed for another season of Strange New Worlds. And the Starfleet Academy show that, quite frankly, 2% of all Trek fans would actually care about. So, anyhow... Also, click the links down below. There are links to the Teespring and the TeePublic store. Really good Trekyards merch and some cool shirts and things like that. So, yeah. Do what you can. Hey, Matt. Matt Borbin is here. Matt Borbin, we talked about you quite a bit last night on my live. Talking about how good of a captain you are for the Enterprise E. So I don't know if you want to go back and watch that, but... You kind of maybe a little bit kind of got roasted.
Hi, Stuart.
Hi. Oh, hi. Holy shit. Sammy. You okay, Sammy?
Yes. Things only...
I've been watching Supernatural, and Dean always... Sammy. So, sorry.
That is true. Because we're very like me and him, the old... Wait, why have you been watching Supernatural?
Because why wouldn't I watch Supernatural?
Because it was on when Cassie was there. You missed the boat a bit. That was years ago. I was there.
No. Wait till the whole thing's done, then go back and rewatch it.
Yeah. Does take
Yeah.
a while. 'Cause it's quite a long old.
My son Thomas, he is a huge Supernatural fan. He's watched it like 2 or 3 times now, the whole series, and he always like bugs me about it. So I'm just watching it. What the hell? I'm still there,
Nice.
going and doing a rewatch. She watched up to like season 7 and then stopped watching. Because honestly, up to end of season 5, it was supposed to end after season 5, and it's the perfect like, boom, let's put a nail in it. It's done. It was a perfect ending. And then, of course, they continued on because it was popular. So
The old, no one's ever really dead. Wait, what? Yep, let's undo the whole ending of the... What?
Yep.
But I mean, for any show to go on that many seasons after it literally ends...
yeah.
That's
exactly.
impressive. They had more seasons after its end than they had
And
during its run.
And it's so self-referential. Like, it's the fun episodes, there's a lot of them. They're really well done. They very meta, a lot of them, and it's just fantastic.
One of my favourite ones, bit of a spoiler, but that's okay, when they literally go out and they go into the real world and it's their own TV show.
Yep, I've already seen that one.
I mean, it's just wonderful. It's a wonderful episode. That's something they could have done like almost an entire season of, or like a few episodes. It's such a good concept, did it so well.
Well, Xena sort of did the same thing. Like,
okay.
Xena was the same kind of show. Like, it would make fun of itself and do those kind of episodes. And I love shows that can do that. Stargate did it somewhat.
Yeah, not that far, but that would have been...
No, but with like Wormhole Extreme.
Yeah, well, they literally showed the production house because they just like the exterior shot of Wormhole Extreme Studio is, well, their studio. What do you mean? They have a studio. I don't know if you noticed, but my favourite parts of that episode, and it's great if you're doing, which we use for our 3D modelling, is that they walk through. So there's a scene where Jack is meeting Martin on the soundstage, a secret meeting, and then they get kidnapped by the guys, right? And he walks into this not finished constructed set. And you don't know what it is, but it's the Gould Mothership set that they'll use later in the season. It's unfinished, and so you literally they walk through it, which shows you it's just like wooden beams in shapes. And I use that as our modelling thing because they never do certain angles, but by seeing how it actually looked outside of that, I was like, oh, that's the mothership from the big mothership set they're building. It was like, what time to grab that. It's tiny, but it's such a nice, like, oh, cool. I'm going to start sharing.
Yes. Matt Boardman says, my girlfriend and her daughters love Supernatural. Do they, Matt? Do they love Supernatural, or do they love Dean and Sam? Or sorry, Jared and whatever the hell the other guy's name is. Jensen. That's it. Yeah. Anyway.
It's a very, very watchable show.
Oh, it is. It's really good. It's a little overdramatic at times. It's like, relax there, Dean boy.
Well, I mean,
going into it, I thought, why would anybody like Sam? He seems like kind of a loser and kind of an idiot. But, I really appreciate Sam now.
He's the smart one, though.
I know. But I always thought Dean was the cool one. Dean was the one, that I don't want to be. But watching it now, like, Sam is the one. He would stick around. He would buy you coffee. He'd cuddle you in the morning. Dean would just be gone. So, it's one of those things.
You wouldn't even see him go. He'd go to the bathroom for PR.
You'd hear the Impala fire up, and he'd just leave.
Yeah. No, for sure. And it's amazing how much abuse Sam gets, because he gets all the, like, Dean is surprisingly consistent. He always stays on a similar path, whereas Sam goes up and down, in interesting ways, but they, like, really did stuff with him, like kill him, etc. It's a very watchable show. But we're talking about First Contact Day, Stuart. That's totally supernatural.
Hey, we're just hanging out and having fun today, so whatever.
Whatever
comes up, comes up.
Do you have a drink?
I do.
There we go.
Sleeman's Cream Lager.
Exactly the time Ozzy came in.
And I've got Dr. McGillicuddy's Peach Schnapps for my shots, if anybody wants to do shots. So what the hell. Ozzy Medeiros, though, $2. Superior Commander needs a Trekyards hat.
Yeah.
Needs Trekyards hat wear. I have a Trekyards hat upstairs.
Very nice.
Unfortunately, we don't have a company that can make hats. Like Teespring and TeePublic don't do hats. Which I wish they did, because it's a very nice hat.
But if you want to have a curtain, shower curtain with this on, they've got you set.
Yeah, Teespring. Teespring has Trekyard socks. You can have the commander on one foot and the captain on the other foot. I don't know if anybody's ever bought them, but
Yeah.
if you're curious, go find out.
I mean, keep your friends close and your web shows closer.
Yeah.
On your body.
And I'd like to. I'm curious. I'd like to do a poll, maybe, to see which sock would be crunchier at the end of the month.
Nope.
No. Oh, okay.
That's a ridiculous thing to say. Dear me. Yeah, I'm surprised there's no announcement. At the very least, you'd think they would do a like a lower deck scene. Just throw a scene out there for fun. I'm sure there's something abstract they could throw in, or even doing like no trailers, just one scene from each of the up and coming shows. One from Prodigy, and definitely something finished. One from Lower Decks, one from, you know, kind of a this is our this year of Star Trek. Here's a bit of everything. Not that they have to, obviously. But if I'm remembering right, last year, Stuart, they actually had lots of stuff going on, and this year, crickets, loud crickets.
Yeah. But I personally have an announcement that's Star Trek related that you guys might be interested in. On Saturday, I am going to do a live build of this. I don't know if I'll get the full thing done, but it'll be a couple hours at least. You guys can tune in, chat with me while I'm building this, see what it's involved in building it. And then the full, or the week after that even, I will do a video on the Captain Foley personal channel looking at the entire completed model and kind of reviewing it, and also comparing it to the other Bandai models I have, the refit and the NX-01. So the build will be on the Trekyards channel, because I think we'll get a bigger live audience, and then the other edited content will be over on the Captain Foley personal channel. So there you go. There's an announcement for First Contact Day, and it's even the Enterprise E from First Contact. This is the First Contact one, by the way. There's no Captain Jet. Okay. So you did ask about that.
I did.
I found out.
I did. Yeah, they're easily workoutable. One has a captain's yacht. One has torpedoes on the back of the saucer. But Nemesis, they weren't exactly pumping out merch in the same way, so I can I can understand why they wouldn't be quite as necessary.
Matt Boardman, will there be sea shanties sung while building the model? There once was a ship that set to space. The name of the ship was the Enterprise Base. I don't know the rest of the words because I haven't made up the song quite yet.
I mean, talent, guys. Just raw talent. Wow.
I know. Somebody write me lyrics for sea shanty and I'll sing it while I'm building the goddamn thing. Or I'll rap it. We can't really sing a sea shanty. It's kind of like a,
Dear
just
me.
saying.
Dear me.
Tangerine Star says, Bandai, I have the NX-01. Was in Japan recently and went looking for more Star Trek Bandai. No luck, sadly, but lots of Gundam instead. Yeah, I've got the NX-01, the Enterprise refit, and I also have this one, which I got from Japan. It came straight from Japan. So, yes.
And Internal says, what about the new posters? That's something.
What posters? What?
For the Stranger Worlds, they released cast posters for everyone. But they look the same as season. They look the same as season 1, though. What are they announcing? I mean, for all we know, they could be season 1 posters that they just used. They didn't do anything. Why am I? I'm not going to get excited about that. I know they'll.
Should have showed live action Boimler and Mariner, just like
that
one shot of that. Just yes, please. Let's give us a taste of something.
Yeah, I don't know why I would be excited by seeing posters of cast we already know.
Remember season 1 of Strange New Worlds? Did you like it? Well, guess what? More of the same this year. Look, the exact same.
Yeah, we know. You announced already.
Yeah. Anyhow.
Yeah.
Well, and sadly, there's no new announcements. Maybe we'll get an announcement while we're live here. I don't know.
Could do.
But we wanted to come on and just say, you know what? We're heading into the last 3 episodes of Picard, and super excited about those. Tomorrow is another day of filming, another day of excitement. And I also want to tell everybody, too, tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be doing my first reaction review to The Mandalorian, Episode 6, Season 3, which is Chapter 22.
6 of 8?
Guns for Hire. Yes, 6 of 8.
Oh, almost end of the season.
Yep, it's going to end about the same time as Picard. So.
And obviously you've seen the whole season. How's it shaping up so far? Because
it's good. It's really good. This one was a fantastic episode, especially if you like droids. You know I like droids, so
Okay.
The stories, I think, are firing on all cylinders. If this would have been season 1, people would have said this is freaking great. But because it's season 3 and they've got 2 other seasons to stack it up against, I can see why some people are kind of like, this episode was but they're still really enjoyable and good self-contained pieces.
So. I will say someone did spoil a scene with the certain time-traveling extra, guest star, with a caption, "This is a real scene." I thought it was a parody. With a famous movie star and a famous time traveler.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a ridiculous sounding scene. I'm sure it's in context, but it was certainly not a good scene. I don't know if it's a payoff to a larger story, but it was like, this is Star Wars now? Okay.
It was really well used and really well done.
Again, all I have is that like minute scene, so I have no context, but it definitely seemed silly. But I guess, a lot of stuff would seem silly too. I was like, oh, that's a nice season thing. I do love that.
There's actually two famous stars in this episode.
Yeah, one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met the time traveling guy at the recent convention, and he looked very the same as he did previously because he's already very old. So once you reach a certain old, you reach a certain old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good man. Scott might be his name. He was great once.
He was.
Yeah.
He was indeed once a great Scott. Yes.
Yeah. Not as great as Scotty, of course. He was the greatest of Scots. But he didn't like to put the ship past 78 warp per hour, or 88 warps per hour.
So recently on Twitter, I put a thing that said, "Show me fictional characters that I remind you of, or whatever." And one lady, she said, "I think you're a combination of these two," and it was Scotty and McCoy. And I'm like, you know what? I can see that. I would never have said that beforehand. But I've got McCoy's gruff attitude and kind of snarkiness. And Scotty, he likes, things to be working properly and get things done. And I think that's actually a pretty good analogy of me. But I don't know. I never would have considered it, ever. But now that after she said it, I'm like, okay. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Ooh, there's first Contact Day celebrations on Star Trek Online. Is that like Ryza shenanigans with Q and stuff?
I think Q's a Christmassy thing.
Yeah, the Winter Wonderland.
He is. I think ever actually had Delancey for that. I feel like it was always.
I don't know.
It was always just a voiceover, except always just text on screen. Yeah.
Yeah. 84 of you here now, guys. Hit that like button. You have to hit 50 likes. Do it.
Do you think that? I mean, obviously, we'll both be happily still around actually at First Contact Day. Do you think it's actually going to be a genuine build-up to the fan audience, the Trek fandom?
Assuming we haven't wiped ourselves out and lived in a
we're assuming that. I think it's
zombie-filled future. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Trek is going to go in waves, I think. Another 5-10 years of like awesome Trek, and it's going to fade out again, I think, and then get a resurgence, perhaps. It's hard to say. That's a very good question, though. Leading up to the actual day,
because it's in one of the two best movies. They're unlikely to do one of a similar ilk in the same way. It is definitive of its kind. It's a hopeful thing. If more Trek fans being born every day, I don't know how far Bozeman, Montana is from LA or Montreal to fly, etc. But a pilgrimage, I can imagine lots of people going. I mean, wouldn't you do a convention, a Star Trek convention in Bozeman, Montana, in 2074, whatever it is? I feel like you'd make quite a lot of money if you did a big convention. I mean, obviously Cochrane won't be alive anymore, given that he's already like 80. He's not going to be 135, 140. But it's a. I mean, how many calendar dates are there on the Trek calendar? None of us here are going to make it to the Formula of the Federation, the fictional Formula of the Federation. That's 130 years away. But First Contact, I mean, that's a Oh, can you imagine if there was a convention and there was a shirt that said "I survived the Third World War" and all my friend got was a stupid T-shirt, and that was the big meme at Montana.
Be great. I'm doing a poll right now, actually.
It's a marketing opportunity, isn't it? CBS, Paramount, Horizon, Verizon, Virgin, All Access, Plus, Mega, Super, Deluxe, Diamond, Select, Plus, McDonald's, Superfarm, the company that owned Star Trek at that point, do a marketing opportunity. Because I mean, how old would I be? Because I'd only be, 65. I mean, you'd think when I'm 65, I should have the physical age of a 50-year-old. You'd think with modern technology, right? 50 is not old.
I'll be 88.
With a physical age of 70, you'd think. I mean, Doug is 82 and he's fucking 50, right?
Yeah, but he also...
Yeah, you're not Doug.
So like a champ, man. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I'll make it, man. I'll try. I can do it.
Because there isn't that many dates. Because obviously Star Wars is mega past. Stargate didn't move past 2012. Battlestar again passed. Doctor Who, I guess, but they keep resetting timelines.
Yeah.
There is no dates. But, But I don't think I'll be disappointed if it doesn't happen because it's fictional. I won't be disappointed.
We got the Bell rides to look forward to.
Oh,
those are coming up pretty quick.
Oh yeah, next year.
Yeah.
And Picard season 2 again, but in real time.
Yeah, they missed a trick with that one for sure.
Yes, they did.
So disappointing. More Stig Gaming says, I'll be 94. Oh, well, if I'm still kicking, I'll go. Yeah, that's the poll. I put a poll up, guys. If you're still alive on actual First Contact, would you go to Bozeman, Montana? Like to celebrate? Yes or no?
I mean, doesn't it feel odd to think that it would be 40 years and no alien contact's been made?
Yeah, I guess.
Because we've developed radically technology in 20 years.
Yeah.
We've got the same sorts of technologies we had in 2003, but phones are obscenely more powerful, PCs are insanely more powerful. I mean, the jump of actual technological ability has jumped. Even if it's the same sort of tech, it's radically better. So if you go another 20 years, if you do it again, at some point we'll have telescopes and such able to detect things, you'd think, just by the radical improvement in technology.
Mm. Yeah, it would be odd if we haven't done something more miraculous by then, for sure. But, yeah. Somebody said here our timeline has already deviated. Yes, well, obviously. But, just for funsies.
Having a thought experiment.
Yeah.
But then do we even want aliens? I mean, or would we rather have a life when, you live roughly like your parents, then you pass it on to your kids, and they keep going. If you add aliens, all those different films and TVs where they instigate a new society, and maybe they say, oh, everyone can only eat one jelly bean a day, it can have the nutrients, boom, now food's gone, all restaurants are gone. Do you want to give your kids roughly the same life? Well, you've already had your kids, but I mean, the concept of your kids, roughly the same life, or do you want them to have something entirely different? Alien-based?
I want them to be able to enjoy fucking food. I don't want no goddamn jelly bean nutrient shit. I love my food. It's pretty obvious because of my body, but anyway. I wish my metabolism wouldn't have just said, nope, I'm done. It's one day. Anyway. Trekyards live stream on the actual First Contact tape. Oh, if we're still alive, even if Trekyards have been off the air for 20 years, we're going to come back for that fucking day and be like, welcome back, everybody.
Yeah, I was about to do an old band voice, but...
No, you'll be fine. I'll have the old
Patrick
I'm not that Stewart old. Voice. My vocal cords have all deteriorated and are old now.
Yeah.
But I can act like a young Captain Foley for a minute or 5. I don't know. We'll see. I gotta go poop. I forgot to put on my Depends.
Yes. Makes sense,
Yeah.
Be careful with
If we're still around, we'll be streaming probably live from Bozeman, Montana. Hell, what the hell? We'll fly out there
in 8K 4D smell-o-vision, which will be why it's important that you have your dependents dealt with.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still in the middle young period, so it's weird to think even into the kids that are in their 20s, let alone past that.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you. Well, guys, nobody super chatted, which is disappointing. You guys want to participate? You want to talk about anything? Let us know, guys. Hit that like button. We're at 59 likes. We want to hit to 100. I'm going to aim for 100 because what the hell. But I do have peach schnapps for any super chat shots. I'll actually have a shot right now for free. Just because I got beer. So if you guys want to talk about anything Star Trek related, what's coming up, talk about anything from the past.
Yeah.
This is your day, your time, your chance. Let's go. Talk about anything.
You know, they should have done. They should have had.
So many things.
I mean, hella hindsight or forethought, I guess, to have when they made this Lower Decks episode, have the guy record some lines bonus, and then because I've already got the animated version of him, just have him face camera and mouth move, and then do some dialogue. Like literally, they hired Cochrane. He was in the booth. It's like the famous Majel Barrett. We totally recorded all of her, all of her sounds. Thank you. We totally did that. We didn't just say it's a marketing tool. They'll use it for future shows, despite no one ever using it. Despite 5 future shows, one of them would have used it if they could have used it. The fact that no one's used it shows it's not available. I mean, sorry, like Roddenberry has been in credits for every single. He's being paid by every single production in some way. So, as a producer credit, so clearly it's not available to use, or it wasn't recorded good enough. It was lost, corrupted, isn't there. But wouldn't you get Mr. Cochrane to record some fun messages if he was in the booth? I would.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised that they haven't done anything with Magel's voice as well. Like, even just the GPS, man. I would love the Star Trek computer to be telling me where to go.
Yep.
Matt Boardman throws in $5. Can we see the fleet video to celebrate the day? Yes, that'd be a fantastic idea.
Da 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 da.
Tell me when it launches.
It is launched.
There you go. Look at this. Look at these ships. It's beautiful. Look for your name. If you're a member of the channel, look for your name, see what ship you're assigned to. If you are not a member of the channel and you want to be a part of this, click the join button and consider joining the channel perhaps. Lots of really cool ships and things and stuff, and captain. If you go to captain rank, you get a ship automatically. If you go at admiral rank, you get assigned a hero ship or a star base or some kind of facility to command. So yeah. Look at your options, guys. Plus, you get to hang out with us on the Discord server and chat with not only your crew, but other Trekyards members and us as well, because we're over there and you can chat with us. So please consider joining. It's a great fleet and it's big. It's getting bigger all the time. And last night on my live, we got like 16 ensigns. Because, quite a few people gifted memberships. We got a whole influx of new ensigns, which was good because the ships are kind of skeleton crewed right now. You got a lot of captains. We got an influx of captains and admirals, and therefore more ships with the crew being scattered out amongst them. So, anyhow,
that's pretty great.
Yeah,
we do love our captain, and we want to add more ships, and this isn't up to us. The fleet is entirely controlled by you guys. More designs, more styles, maybe some more runabouts, some shuttles. Who knows? My cheeky little Valiant render with the weird texturing.
They're all great. Like, I love seeing these. And it's such a diverse fleet, too. Like, it would make sense that there's older ships mixed in, and yeah. Yeah,
it's nice to go into the archive and say, and also just the idea of making or having 25 unique flybys, which in theory is the same, it's ship going left, right, right. Like, it's not that interesting. How do you make it different and unique each time?
But it is exciting, though, to know that your name is on one of those ships.
Oh, yeah.
And you're serving on that ship, and then every time you see that ship in the show or whatever, you're like, or a ship of that class, you're like, oh, yeah, I served on one of those in the Trekyards fleet. I don't know, I think it'd be kind of neat.
No, I meant it not exciting from an animator's point of view. I meant, literally, it's not exciting to, in theory, do left and right, but to make them so, the challenge is make them different each time. That's the exciting thing. It's like,
gotcha.
Yeah. Which is fun. I had to make 5 or 6 in a night, and I was like, right, 6 new original flybys. Don't look anything else. Okay. At some point, I want to do a mirror one as well, but I don't know if that'd be a custom plaque because
Oh, yeah.
It would have to be.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun things with the fleet occasionally, and even some lives where we do the state of the fleet where you can try to get reassigned to a different ship, or if you're a captain and want a different ship, you can. I don't know. We'll find some fun way to integrate that into lives. I think that'll be really good. So.
Yeah, and not to say that there'll be giant realistic fleet battles because the size of it makes it entirely impractical. Doesn't mean there can't be. Oh no, something happened to that ship. What? There's things.
Ozzy Medeiros, $2. Super Captain Foley will be 89 in the year 2063. Yes, 89 after May of 2063. Yes. And Matt Boardman.
I know him.
Do you? Because he gifted 5 memberships. So I'd like to welcome Jason Hurdle, Q Rock, Adam Wozniak, Randy Miller, and Mr. Captain 93 to the rank of ensign. You will find yourself serving aboard a ship. And we have the 3 final episodes of season 3 of Picard, which are all promising to be amazing. Lots of people are going to have eyeballs on them. Any videos we do. So now is the time to get your name in there, join the fleet, and have your name immortalized on screen so everybody can see it. Even if it's only for a month or 2 and you choose not to maintain your membership, you're still on there for this small amount of time. So I think that's kind of fun. So just saying.
And I mean, hey. That's
if you want
to keep going, hey. No one's stopping you, but everyone's encouraging you. That's how it works, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So, should we make up some things that would have been awesome to hear on First Contact Day?
Well, that's a bold idea. I like it. Goodness. The sad one, of course, is the Legacy announcement.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard much about the Legacy announcement, but everybody keeps asking me about it. So, what is it's supposed to be called Star Trek Legacy, led by Terry Matalas.
Yes.
What else? Was there anything else mentioned about it? Because I have not seen anything on it really.
Oh well, no. I mean, it's not a real show. That's the point. It's a conceptual show. The idea is he said, if I were to do a show, I would call it this. So therefore, if CBS want, and he said it would be there's a hook at the end of the last episode, which could be more. And obviously, you want to get excitement as you go for a new project. And, if you want to get more Picard era, I would call it Prodigy. Legacy. I mean, that's it. And obviously people, it sounds very real because it's a good name. Obviously, it's a video game anyway. But, I mean, it is nothing. There is nothing. But the assumption, the possibility, obviously, was that they could have announced it out of the blue as a way of grabbing hold of fandom, etc. It's like, aha! We do have, but yeah.
And Captain Casey Stewart, I'm glad you're here today. He was there on my live last night. Here's a question for you. Samuel, can you make the USS Centaur a refit with the Excelsior refit saucer section? So we're talking about, it'd be cool to see the Centaur, but with like the Enterprise B saucer instead. More impulse engines and such.
Yes. I guess.
It'd be interesting. I'm just saying to make a cool ship.
Yes.
Well,
it might not connect properly because I'm not a modeler.
Yeah.
It's not innately hard. I just don't have the skills necessary to make it seamless.
Yeah. Lista Jericho, it's a shame you don't get promoted for long term. I would be an admiral by now. Yeah, I mean, your badge changes, so we know how long you've been here. You know how long you've been here, but there's no way to make the system do that. That would be kind of neat, but...
I mean, it's already insanely clever. Let's be honest. I mean, what it does do is ridiculous, in a good way.
Yeah. Thank you to Brett for that, by the way.
It's just a bit fancy. It's the one idea we grabbed hold of, like, that's an us thing. Yes.
It's been really great. You guys have really loved it, so we're happy about that.
It's been quite a lot of work, though, for everyone involved, but that's okay. It's okay.
Yes.
It's okay.
Mr. Andrew Alfonso, member for 35 months at the rank of Commander, says, Hey, how about a Mirror Enterprise D, the Galaxy X version? Also, can I please transfer off the USS Melbourne before Wolf 359? Well, this is an alternate reality fleet. You're not actually going to die, Wolf 359.
Or takes place 50 years before. So just get promoted.
You're all good. Yep.
But you're not all good things. You're just best of both promotions.
Yeah. Yes, there was also a Star Trek Legacy video game. Yes. But,
it was terrible. Gameplay. I know you played it on PS2, but the PC was...
No, I played it on Xbox.
Oh, that's what I meant, yeah. The PC controls are atrocious. And the thing is, if you go from Bridge Commander to that, it's like, what the hell happened? The graphics were amazing at the time, really, really good. But it was such a flawed game. Because last time we got Avery Brooks.
Yeah, to have all the captains back, that was nice, but just the story was...
Well, the story...
the story was interesting.
It was interesting,
but the way they presented it with only ship footage and no, like, characters with captains log neat, but it kind of lost my interest pretty quick.
Okay.
I just love the space battle, and using a controller is a lot fucking easier, let's be honest. But yeah, I mean, speaking of video games...
Okay.
Star Trek Resurgence has been pushed back till May now.
When was it originally out?
It's supposed to be, I think, March. Then they pushed back to April. Then it got pushed back to May. I think it was May 22nd, they said, which is like right before my birthday. Which is cool. So I'm just worried that it keeps getting pushed back, So I don't know how I feel about that necessarily, but...
I mean, not cancelled, though.
Not yet. I'm getting Secret of Vulcan Fury vibes, man. I don't know. That kept getting delayed as well. Matt Boardman, oh my god, I was so disappointed that they shipped that game out before it was ready. Legacy, is that what happened to it?
I don't know how you improved it. It was the basic interface that sucked.
Yeah.
I don't know how you would improve it. I rarely have bugs. I'm quite lucky with my games. That's just me. It's like Cyberpunk. I played it on PC, my 3090, and it was great. And then people saying, "Oh, it's so broken." I'm like, is it? It's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
Dan says there's also an episode called First Contact, Star Trek Next Generation, episode 4. Season 4, episode 15, First Contact. Yes. That happens a few times in Trek where there's this, like Lower Decks. There's an episode of TNG called Lower Decks, which is now... It just happens. It's a thing. It's fine. They released the prequel comic for Resurgence. Oh, did they? I have not seen that yet.
I think they released their last one like a week ago, or like 5 over the course of like 4 months.
Oh, they got it out on time for the release, and then they pushed the release back. Good job, guys.
Bingo.
Instead of cutscenes, we got concept art with voiceover work. Oh, that's true. They were going to do cutscenes? That would have been awesome in Legacy, let's be honest. Oh god, did you guys play the Next Generation game on Genesis? Genesis? No, did not. CBP was a lot better if you had a decent PC. Was horrible, mostly an old-gen console. What is CBP?
Oh, Cyberpunk. Yeah, obviously, on the company. But why would you play it on an Xbox Classic? I mean, you knew it was going to be a top tier game. That was on you for. I'm going to play. It's like saying I'm going to play it on a 13-year-old console. Why? Because I want to play it. Well, expect crap results. What do you mean? Like,
Steve Russell. Question.
Oh.
How did Cochrane land his ship? Answer. John Eves did a whole sequence for the landing, including a parachute and a soft land. That's how. We asked the same thing when we did our Phoenix video like years ago. And John Eves was working on the landing thing at the time when we talked to him. And it's since been completed. He's released it. But it's very real-world space retrieval. So.
Yeah, it's amazing how you don't think of things in production because of every reason under the sun.
Yeah.
Why does it matter how they land? The movies, there's an epic fight with the Borg Queen. Shut up. Then they're fine. Like, why would you, especially as they were I mean, he was also working on DS9, so he wasn't just, wow, the movie budget. No, he's just there during the day, and he's just run for multiple things. Like, it's amazing how many things, when you work on films, you just sort of have to, let go of for sanity. One of the 3D models I use, the textures are sort of flipped, so the registry on the other side, like the pennants. No, but a better example is that there's a shot in one of the recent films that I released where the motion blur is such that you can't tell the ship doesn't say the right registry. But if you can't tell, and I hadn't done a registry from that angle, like, I could spend 20 minutes making a new registry, or just... no one's going to see it, right? There's a lot of that when you just... time is so important in production that if you really aren't going to see it. Now, obviously, I did another film, this is an Excelsior class I'm thinking of, which it was the... no, not Copernicus. It was whatever. Sagittarius. And it...
Sam?
Yeah.
Sorry, while you're talking, I'm just sending you the landing sequence if you want to put it up on the screen so the guy can see it.
Oh yeah, sure.
All you have to do is go into to Google and type Johnny's Phoenix landing sequence to whoever asked that question, and you can find it. But we're going to put it up on screen because he did a very detailed.
What's Google? You mean ask Jeeves, right?
Yeah, sure.
You asked Google. So your name for Jeeves is Google. Right. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's called comedy, Stuart.
It's funny.
Thank you.
It's funny.
There you go. So there was a like I said, there was a ship. There was an Excelsior class. It's kind of the opposite, where I had this whole sequence in Nebula that I needed to do, and I wasn't sure how many shots I was going to do or what angles. So I just did the whole rig, because at that point you might as well. But there's many other shots where I just don't need it. Once I took away a registry just because you might be able to... Yo, that's what it was. It was a Constitution class recently. I just blurred a registry map. So you couldn't read it properly because I didn't need it to be... I wasn't F to make a new one, so I just blurred it. Because if you only see it for 20 frames, and why would you look at that one part? I mean, Boy.
Yeah. Matt Boardman, though.
Oh.
$5.
Oh.
Have you guys done a breakdown of the battle at the beginning of First Contact? What would you have changed if given the opportunity to make that?
Wow.
That'd be actually interesting to do a breakdown of that. Very much like Resurrected Starships would do. I think it'd be kind of interesting to break that battle down and the ships that are there. People have asked us to do a Wolf 359 ship video, talking about the ships in that fleet. So we might have to do that at some point too.
That is such a tricky concept, though, because of course that's not the battle. That's the last 5 minutes of the battle.
Yes.
I mean, one of the most famous comments you ever get is, "Wow, Defiant really sucked against the Borg. It's one job; it got killed instantly." It's like it was there for like 10 hours. It was like one of the last 20 ships of 200. It did its job magnificently. It just wasn't good enough to kill the Borg Cube, but it survived. That's the whole point. And Worf kept it flying despite the bridge being trashed.
The ship was in battle for a long time.
Like, he had pulse phasers still working in the very very intro of the fight when his bridge is on fire. Right? His bridge is on fire, there's smoke, and everyone's covered in dust. There are still weapons online. Talk about he's got his shit together, right? I'm just saying, people don't give that enough credit. It's just because it feels it only lasts like 10 seconds.
Yeah, so Steve Russell, if you're still here, that is the landing sequence there. So. Oh yeah,
the battle's in 4K. Yeah, that's true. Because that's a funny old one. Because some of the shots are miniature, some of the shots aren't. They're mostly CG. It's amazing how much actual CG they did in First Contact and Generations that you hard to spot. Because the fact is that ILM was a very is the most talented VFX house in general in the world. And having a miniature do something elaborate takes a lot more elaborate time to set up. Now, it won't hold up. It'll hold up to every angle, but imagine if it's... the good example of this... Well, okay, there's two examples of this. One, the Enterprise B in Generations, half the Nexus shots are a CG Enterprise B. Do you know that?
Nope. Did not.
That's how good they made that CGI model. You can't. I mean, you can when you know it, you can tell. But like, it holds up. Like they only had to build that. It's the first bit when they go into it. So it's just that chunk. But I mean, it looks fantastic. But again, it's only a small bit, and obviously they have the miniature they could take pictures of, etc. But it was just that amount of interactive lighting. Imagine trying to shove that much interconnective purple and orange and red light that's flashing and flowing onto a physical miniature. I mean, either you have a way of doing it, or you cheat it and it takes hours and hours and hours, or you just throw some lights on it in CG, boom, done, right? It's that, so that's why a lot of shots are done that way. Another example, though, is the shot I recreated in my film, where the Enterprise D moves off and fires a torpedo from reverse. Just the fact of it's doing this is a lot for a miniature to have to do. And so it's a CG model. Now that one they really didn't do a good job on. They light it pretty poorly, and there's no glow passes. That cause it's this big on a view screen on a full screen, so they really quicked out on that one. That's their worst one. But the famous shot where the D warps out from Amagosa, that's all CG because the miniature couldn't do that effectively, or it'd have to be like a 4 foot or a 2 foot, and then it would look like crap. But because the model was done so well, the limited use case, anything giant, anything really complicated, it's all CG. And the amount of E in First Contact CG is quite impressive because it just blends in perfectly. I'd love to have seen that model. I'd love to have seen but I mean didn't pass it on, so didn't survive as far as I'm aware.
Matt Boardman though says, so is it fair to say that you would have liked to have seen more of the Borg Cube battle? Well, yes. Any battle would be awesome to see more of. Dan makes the point of saying the Millennium Falcon was there. Yes, it was.
Why didn't help? It barely helped.
He had a bad feeling about it and he took off. So.
Oh no. What would you have liked to have seen then? If you could have thrown like an extra million at it?
Ships getting assimilated. I'd like to see some ships like getting locked on and then cutting beam, and just see them start to like turn green, like and get the hull being changed. I think that would have been cool to see. Seeing some ships get destroyed, obviously, and seeing how much of a pounding the Defiant was taking, because that was in there with Worf being in command, it being the Borg killer ship. That it was in there hardcore, like pummeling away and getting hit. Just as good back. I don't know if you ever watch Retro Badger. He does Bridge Commander videos where he pitch ships against each other.
I think I've seen a video. Yeah.
Oh, they're friggin' great. He does them all the time, and he's always doing different ones. And he's done a fleet of ships against the Borg Cube like that. And it's funny how distracted the Borg Cube is firing at like 15 different targets at once. So it's like it's not always aiming for your ship. I don't know. It just would have been cool to see like the cube come in and just multiple beams hitting other ships. Some getting assimilated, some just getting annihilated. Like you could do some really cool stuff with that. I think
that gives me PTSD to a shot from First Frontier I did, where I had it's one giant shot where there's 5 ships attacking the asteroid, and the asteroid's hitting 4 of the ships and kills one of them, and everything's an alternate weapon. It just because everything's a custom shield impact, custom weapon, but it's the big money shot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, it's interesting you say assimilation. That's a game thing. The idea of an assimilation beam. How would that look on the movie screen? Because,
like I said, a green tractor beam hits the ship like stops. You see a cutting beam.
Okay, so not
cut out a huge second, like we did with the Enterprise D, and then you see like kind of a shimmery effect through the through the tractor beam. And then on the hull of the ship, you see these little like green tendrils kind of go out and start like assimilating hull plating. Because you're seeing the ships in Armada and stuff when they are assimilated. That look, it'd be cool to see that like gradually happening to the ship, like the nanites spreading over the hull of the ship.
So very much the game style.
Yes, never actually saw the assimilation of the ships.
Wouldn't that mess up like Voyager because they got attacked all the time and never once assimilated in any way, like actively?
I mean, yes, but I mean the Borg adapt, right? So they figure out let's just start attacking the ship's hull. The nanites will start infiltrating the ship, taking out crew.
The problem with that, though, is that then you have a situation where the artists have got to keep track of, wow, we simulated that Galaxy class. Now we've got to fight Galaxy class versus our Sovereign. Oh no, the Defiant. Oh no, an Akira. Wow.
Don't you think it would be cool, though, to see a Galaxy class get locked on, get the cutting beam, have the thing spread, cut to another scene, the Defiant's doing a thing, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And you see the Borg Cube, the Defiant, like, peels off to get away, and from behind the Borg Cube comes an assimilated Galaxy class and starts firing at Federation ships. That would be an epic scene. Come on.
I mean, it'd be horrible in a good way.
It'd be great.
I mean, that would entirely change the pace, because then you're also actively shooting Starfleet ships.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I'm visualizing this in my head, and it's great.
Wow. Because that would, I mean, that would give you Ensign Lynch every day of the week. You know what I mean? Because now you're having to. I mean, the whole crew isn't being assimilated at the same time. So by quantuming any galaxy, you have absolutely just killed Starfleet officers. There's no question who haven't been assimilated.
Or you could have like somebody on their panel, and all of a sudden you get that sound, and the panels are not responsive. Sir, the panel, whatever's not responsive, and then you see an explosion of one of the consoles, like the captain dies, somebody rushes over to him, and out of his destroyed command chair, they're reaching down to like see the captain, and you see this tendril come out of the chair, like wire, hit their arm, and start assimilating. Like, dude, terrifying. Not everybody has to be assimilated on the ship, but the ship just has to stop operating because it's been taken over by Borg.
No, I just mean from a perspective of then if you're shooting the ships, you're killing Starfleet. There's, like I said, like Lynch. But worse. But that would absolutely make them scarier, because of course now you're seeing the graphic. Part of First Contact is that they just sort of passively kill in the battle. Like, there's no real gravitas towards every ship they kill. That's not what it's about. Like, you see a berth get blown up, but that's not focused on, right? And then when you see them on the ship, they walk past people. There isn't that active threat in the same way, because that builds in to later. So to have that would almost feel like those later scenes would be underpowered, because like, well, here you're massacring everybody successfully. Interesting. I mean, if this was made today, and I've talked about this many times, and it annoys me that they haven't done it yet. The LED wall. I mean, that's such a thing. You build the captain's chair and another part for depth. Everything's an LED wall. You could film if they filmed today, you'd film a sequence where, so assume you have the same script roughly, the same Borg actors, Mike Westmore, like that stuff still exists. Then you have shots where you're now on the LED wall on a galaxy bridge. You obviously haven't got any more. It's an LED wall, and the captain's there, and then a Borg beams in next to him, assimilates the captain in the galaxy class bridge. Hard cuts Excelsior, same thing, and we just see Borg beaming onto all these very famous bridges that are all just LED generated. There's really graphic, like fleet feel, because all you need to do is build a few things, and because we know things like the most of the TNG ships were the same pieces rebuilt or moved around. You rebuild the Enterprise TNG Season 1 Captain's Chair, that's the Stargazer chair, that's the Constellation, that's the same thing. Miranda, they reuse it, etc. So they can easily reupholstery and kind of do the same logic to not necessarily make 10 chairs. But I mean, that would be a way of showing all that carnage for realsies. What do you think?
No, I totally agree with that. Yeah, there's so much you could do if you wanted to focus on strictly the battle. There's a lot more to it, though. You need to have the pacing right, so you just move on with that. But Matt makes a good point. Or maybe even have the ominous start of the battle where you see the fleet drop out of warp, finish up the cube. We see that all the time. You kind of see that all the time, though. Like you see that in season 2 of Picard.
I was gonna say that's a very Picard
the ships
thing.
All like drop out, and it's like that's cool. We've seen that.
Yeah.
Let's engage in battle now, and not just regular like shoot 'em up, dogfight, furball kind of style. But I like the idea of assimilating, and I like the idea of just as you think you're like safe on your Defiant because you're peeling away from the Borg Cube, and it focuses on another ship and fires at it. All of a sudden, you got a Galaxy class come around the back of the Borg Cube and like head right for you and fire you. An assimilated Galaxy class. Like somebody that was your friend literally 5 minutes ago is now an enemy.
Although
terrifying.
I do think, and again we're both thinking modern made and also past made. If that had been done in cinema, the amount of people who would have thought that's the Enterprise D, or like, wow, you've raped the Enterprise.
Like a producer. Yeah.
But the visual of the D you know, if you hurt the D, if you make the D green and pulsing from Borg energy.
But the D was destroyed in the last movie, and we got the heroes on our new ship, the
But
Enterprise
visually,
D.
though, isn't that disrespecting the 7-year legacy of this hero ship?
Nope.
Now suddenly a pawn.
No, because you're actually terrified because you know what a Galaxy class can do.
Oh, I agree with you for the most part, but I think there'd be some justification to you're disrespecting the legacy of the Enterprise D by using it in that way. Straight,
Well,
literally the
it's
next
not the
movie.
Enterprise, though. It's not the Enterprise, though.
It's the visual of the Enterprise. Either way, it's still what that ship was for 7 years.
I don't think it's disrespecting at all. I think it's a brilliant idea.
I guess it's like saying if in TNG Season 1 they'd brought the Enterprise refit in as a villain ship, and it got mullered and it got damaged and it was burnt and it was broken, and it's like, well, those movies just happened.
In which show? Sorry?
In Season 1 of TNG. Like the first thing, not original series, where they're still doing the movies and they bring a refit in as like a damaged, gruff, horrible looking ship. It's like, look, here's the villain of Season 1, a refit. And it's like, but it's our beautiful hero in this movie, and it's our garbage trash here.
It would have been great. It's not the same ship. It's like you can't judge all humans because there's good humans and bad humans. So just it's not the same human, right? So it's not. I don't know. I just see it differently, and that's producer thinking. We can't have Galaxy class ship in this scene because everybody will think it's the Enterprise.
No, I'm going from visual language, from a filmmaking point of view, of like just thematics to pull in the hero of the last movie is the villain of this movie. There's just thematics there that you could do differently.
Yeah, but not everybody sees every movie, especially those summer blockbuster movies. So I don't know.
It's just interesting. It's just interesting conversation.
Yes. Tangerine Star 26, member for 31 months at the rank of Ensign. Great to have Hope-filled Zephyr Cochrane statue. Hope-filled, yes. Pointing 2 fingers. Did you hear the story from Doug about the 2 fingers? Why the stuff from Cochrane statue is using 2 fingers?
Yes, but throw it out there.
It ties into Patrick Stewart, or Captain Picard, using 2 fingers to say engage. So it was a nice little... He likes to think that a young Picard saw the statue with 2 fingers, and that's why, as a captain, he did that to like...
So you're saying Tom Hardy saw it at the Academy?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not at all. Matthew DeFreitas throws in $5. Never noticed this until I saw the 4K Blu-ray last night. There's a Federation ship that gets destroyed by the Borg Cube explosion in First Contact.
Mm-hmm. There's a couple.
I've seen it quite a few times. Surprised that, yeah. Anyway.
It does seem odd, though, in that sort of battle, and this goes back to what you were saying earlier, having the point of the Borg is to assimilate, and then murdering everybody in the fleet. How is that useful? I know they don't have to be there for perfection, but the ship is almost entirely undamaged at that part of the battle. It's still able to do everything it needs to do. Why is it killing everyone? You assimilate. You join part of your collective. When did the Borg ever just destroy? That was part of what the...
But they can't... This is the argument that has been made by a few people. You can't assimilate every goddamn ship you run across because you run out of room internally for your drones. And the Borg, I always got the sense, destroyed a lot of ships because it was just like a nuisance. The only thing worth assimilating was something new or something substantial. We've even talked about the Borg cubes having hangar bays that they can pull ships in and assimilate should they need to, but you never see an enemy ship that's Borgified in a Borg fleet. It's like they might be the heart of a cube. Yeah. They might pull it into a hangar, assimilate it, shit it out, and then start building onto it, and it becomes a cube of its own. And in the middle of it is a Starfleet ship or something. I can see that, but yeah.
Well, it's tricky. I mean, they obviously vary in their they vary in how they approach it. But in episode of Voyager, when they go and assimilate, when the Queen takes Seven to that planet, they assimilate just people, and Seven like rescues a batch of people. Like they're refugees. They're not perfect. They're assimilating them because they can, right? They aren't adding to perfection. They just need drones to do other things. You know, part of the Borg is also to expand so they can find perfection. If they're only assimilating new people who are better, and new races that are better, they'd run out of drones when they're under attack, etc. Like it's got to be assimilate. Oh, it's not a plague then. Or if you're some hick from America, you know, like bottom of the barrel person, whatever, could you walk in a Borg Cube and they'll never notice you? Because, you know...
Well, they did say the Pakleds were unworthy of assimilation, so...
but that was a joke. But also serious.
Well,
that's why it's funny, because it's a truth bomb.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just seems odd that they would just kill every single ship. Because certainly there were some galaxy classes in that fleet that you'd think would be prime for assimilation.
Yeah, turn them against the fleet, so you got more of an advantage. You don't have everybody attacking you. Yeah, I don't know. Mr. Stafford throws in $2. I'm imagining watching the battle from Earth right now.
Yeah.
I get these great ideas for battles and just visuals and things, and because I'm not like skilled in any goddamn way, I can't convey them very well. But I see them in my head, and they look fucking great.
You can learn, Stuart.
I can.
We all learned.
I can do with little models. Yeah, but some people are not artistically inclined to be able to do things like that.
But
so
half it's having the vision.
And also, I'm a fucking old dog. Teaching me new tricks is kind of hard. I can use a model and say, "Here's the Borg Cube."
Stuart, if my grandmother can learn to use the internet after literally for 7 years saying, "Oh no, it's too complicated for me. I don't need the internet for anything," and then she was forced to get Wi-Fi. They got her an iPad. She learned the iPad. And now she goes on Facebook and talks to people on their iPad. So she was wrong, and that's 10 years older than she was when she said, "I can't do it because I'm old." It's like, yes, you can. Especially when they're not that difficult.
Sure, I can. I just have no real need to do it.
Well, then you can't complain that you can't do it. There's no that's the need to do.
Oh, but I am complaining I can't do it.
Because... you're a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, that's everybody who wants to lose weight, right? Just do it.
Yeah. I want to lose weight too. It's pretty fucking easy to do, but
Yeah.
Trying to stop snacking after 9 o'clock when you're bored watching YouTube videos, it's kind of difficult sometimes. So I know what I have to do. But yeah.
That's actually a very good parallel for just things. Because, like, in theory, everybody could like walk a marathon, right? It's not innately hard. You could do it, but the point of it being an achievement is that most people don't do it for any number of reasons.
Some people physically cannot do it. So.
But I mean, they could build up. Well, yes, I mean, disabled. Obviously, there's the absolute extremes, but I mean, people could train their body to do it. Almost everyone could do it with training, even minimal. That's why I say a walking one. Like a slow one, like a basic level. Yes, if you're physically unable to, that's a separate. You're a specialty case anyway.
Yeah. Anyhow.
And Dan, there are people in Voyager who are assimilated in Best of Both Worlds, despite that cube blowing up. Remember that? When Chakotay found those people, they were like, "We were at Wolf 359," and you're thinking, how? Everyone got killed. Everyone exploded. That's why there was a recent fan film called 359, and I did like 5 shots for it, 3 of escape pods. And there is a Borg thing in it, and he postulates there was a sphere in the battle that's kind of like helping to mop up people and assimilate. Which, given a cube, I think you could retcon every cube has a sphere. I wouldn't feel that annoyed as a retcon. Kind of makes me. There's no evidence for it, but I could be okay with that. So if there is, then we'd have to have one that could go around,
Or they're just shuttling people off via transporter link, something like that.
Oh god, yeah.
Something to adjacent sectors with just other cubes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
because like I said, limited amount of space on the cube. If you're assimilating people wholesale, you're going to have to find room for them.
Well,
so.
But I mean, the cube is mostly empty space. Like, it's mostly open. Sort of. There's a lot of just space.
Yeah, but you're not going to pile people on top of each other. They need alcoves. They need walkways.
Oh, yes, sure, but if the battle
open space,
but if the battle's just to grab them, you just need them for cells. You don't actually need them all to be in alcoves. You just need them to be assimilated and then stay still. Because you must assume they must have 10,000, 20,000 people worth of space just pre-built for assimilation.
Oh yeah, but I mean, yeah, you start assimilating a planet or a large ship or fleet, it's going to fill up pretty quick. So,
Well, especially
yeah.
if it's the first contact simulation, all you have to do is walk up to somebody. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I did my 80 simulations this hour. Jerry, are you okay? Yeah, you can take a break, Bob. Thanks. I've assimilated 4,000 people this week. What about you? Oh, 12,000. Oh, we've been doing nights, have you? Yeah. The raise from the old queen. She's promising us double regeneration time. Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
They have quotas to fill.
God, yeah. But speaking of God, yes, let's see what this ad's about.
The ad gods have spoken.
It was from the Great Koala. What the chance of that? Oh.
Let us know what ad you guys saw.
Oh, Rust Knuckle. That's so true.
The cube is mostly the turbulent void, yes. That's very true.
Dear me.
Wow. 1 hour in, we have 114 likes. Can we hit 120? We need another 6 likes. Super chat, guys. What do you guys want to talk about? I mean, we haven't had any drinks, really. Come on. I mean, super chat shots are on the table. I got peach. No?
We're here for your pleasure. In essence.
That's very dirty. We'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. So super chat in. We want to celebrate first contact. Has there been any announcements? Has anything happened while we were live? Probably not. Are you checking?
Yes.
Great. Yeah, because a lot of times when we are live, this new stuff drops because I think it's just the time zones link up. But I am honestly, legitimately shocked there was nothing announced today so far. Seems like a bit of a waste.
Yeah.
But even the Starfleet Academy news would have been something that could have held off until, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, the cast posters are the same cast with the same uniforms, the same badges, except Uhura. Except the guy that didn't come back. It's like, it's not really anything to... I mean, if the uniforms had the black collars, I'd be more impressed. But, you know, they spent their budget. So, that's fine. They're, you know, moving on to season 2. Which they filmed straight away, so... Shouldn't be any changes. Jinx. Haha. Anything else from First Contact itself?
Matthew Drew says, I've always wanted to see a fan film of the Battle of Maxia. Samuel made it happen with one of your Trek short documentaries.
I mean, there was a fan... I mean, well, the thing about Maxia is it's just what we saw in Peak Performance. No. It like, he recreates it. It's that exact maneuver. It's a very simple battle. All he does is Picard moves in, shoots it, it blows up. Like, it's not really a battle. I mean, maybe it chases it for a bit. It's very underwhelming. That's kind of the fun, right? That's kind of the sense of it. Was it not? Well, I guess they were alive during it, but no one was on this. Like, the docs kind of work if you were in the situation. So no one was there at Maxia. I wouldn't want to play anyone. No one's that old in the cast.
Matt Boardman, would you attend a Trek convention if it was held in Bozeman? Yes, absolutely. Which goes to our poll, which has 178 votes.
Oh.
We're going to close that out. If you are still alive on actual First Contact Day, 2063, would you go to Bozeman, Montana to celebrate? Yes wins it with 74%. No at 25%. So,
Wow.
Paramount guys, pay attention. You got a real event in 40 years. People will attend, assuming we're all alive.
So was it set in Bozeman, Montana because they already had a nuclear silo there? Was that the logic? They just picked a...
Could be, yeah.
Because I feel like it'd have to be out of the way because of the Third World War. They had to have a nuclear silo, so I guess it was just those two things. Because, you know, you get the sense of a small town from... Well, very small because the world got blown up, but it's very small from the movie. But, I mean, it's actually quite... I mean, it's nearer to Canada than the US. It's the state. It's in the state next to Canada. Canadian line, so you could go down from Calgary to Montana. So it's as close to Calgary as it is to Denver. Roughly. Does that help?
No.
It's about San Francisco to Montana is about a little bit more than Vancouver to Montana. At least in terms of raw miles. Well, about a third more.
Yeah. Eric Martin throws in 550. Ooh. Said, I love the Mirror Universe Enterprise opening scene with the Vulcan ship. Perfect alternative universe stuff.
Yeah, do you remember how that felt when you watched it first time? No, you already stopped watching, didn't you? You had no first time watching it.
I was the first time watching it. I was the first time watching everything.
But I mean, was it spoiled?
Nope, that's when I saw like live.
Oh, okay. So you left the show, then came back for season 4?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I said that. Season 3, I fucked right off. Season 4 is like, oh, this is the last season. Well, shit. Okay. This is interesting. Yeah. It was interesting to see the movie footage being reused, and it's like, oh, okay, how are they gonna? Oh, what is happening? And then it's like, yeah, that was a great way to introduce the Mirror Universe. What caused that Zephyr Cochrane change, though, is, yeah, I don't know. I thought it was great.
Oh yeah, I blew my mind a bit. So I'd like the Mirror Universe, obviously, from TOS. I hadn't really seen or appreciated the DS9 ones very much. I know I'd seen the first one, but I'd never seen the second two. I mean, it was a serialized show. If you miss it, you miss it, right? So we missed it. We don't own VHSs, so unless you had them, you couldn't see it. So I didn't know they existed. No, I mean, that was amazing. I remember I was on the sofa, and I was like, oh, this is cool. It's First Contact. That's cool. I haven't seen First Contact since I watched it on VHS a couple of years ago. This shotgun close it was in the movie. Why has he got a shotgun? Why is he murdering them? This title sequence is the... Oh my god! And then I just fell in love. The 2 best episodes of Enterprise.
Yeah, I think you're right.
As a whole piece. And yeah. There are better single episodes, but as a story, they're the best 2. I just wish they'd got to the Connie earlier. Because they waste a lot of time not doing cool Connie stuff. Or at least they waste a lot of time in episode 2 not travelling. There's weird pacing issues with those two. There's
episode one I cannot watch and be fine. Episode 2's where it gets good. Because you only see the Connie at the end of, and that's what I watch those for. It's the Constitution class stuff. So.
But I find the build enormously satisfying.
Build's great. Don't get me wrong. But if I had to watch just one of them, it would be the second one.
I just find that when they get to, they're literally delaying getting to Earth via the Gorn stuff, and it's just very slow prodding. Like, it's good, but you find yourself a Connie. Why are you spending 20 minutes of your episode tracking down a Gorn in some corridors? I'd rather see you get to Earth, fight the fleet, deal with Hoshi. Like that stuff was more engaging in a grander sense. Have more forward momentum, I guess.
That's why. Plus, you get to see parts of the Constitution class interiors you never saw before.
I mean, you say budget, but I mean, CGI Gordon's really expensive. I mean, he was, destroyed corridors and fighting a Gorn isn't cheap, and that's a full CG character. That should have been a 4-parter or a 3. I mean, definitely should have been a 3-parter. I mean, that thing would have soared with another part. With 3 months later, an Empress Hoshi is on the Connie Bridge. It's now got some Imperial stuff on it, so it looks a bit more, imperially. There's daggers everywhere. There's chandeliers of death. And she just warps into planets and annihilates them, and she finds Shran and stabs him, and shit's, all the Ferengian kills. They're just really, really gruesome stuff, while also having a full midriff, obviously. Very, very important midriff. And of course, Stuart, the most important thing. What was his name? It wasn't Reed. What's the other guy? The Helm.
Oh, Mayweather.
Yeah. Most importantly, he still doesn't say anything in part 3.
He looked badass though. I like his widow's peak hair.
He was amazing in that. Didn't say a damn word.
Yeah.
Very good performance.
Mr. Steffred throws in $5. On a scale of 1 to 10, how emotional did you get while seeing the ships at the Starfleet Museum? I was straight up 10. Cried like a little bitch. I was excited. I mean, I'd probably say an 8, 9. On rewatches, it was a little bit more emotional with the music and stuff, and I was like, ooh, ooh. We knew what to expect, so the reveals were kind of like, that's cool.
Well, they
what
didn't.
Else can they trump themselves?
Well, because they spread out the fun, none of them got the hero they deserved. Like, there wasn't a shot where they like flew by one of the ships and kind of like stared for a long time. I got far more emotional at the Prodigy TOS Connie bridge, because that was like, oh, we're doing this, we're recanonizing TOS, because the exterior holds up in a way that the interior doesn't. And to do it so faithfully and have them play, that made me teary, genuinely teary to see that and hear the that was better, just from an emotional standpoint. Bloody Aaron Waltke. He made me cry. It's just talented man. Let's just make love to TOS again and again. Good, do it.
Yeah. Aaron Waltke, love him. He knows what we like.
Never let him go, Star Trek.
Yes. Guys, hit that like button if you haven't done so already. I want to get to 130. We only need 9 more likes to do that. Super chat in. We want to hear your thoughts, things you want to talk about. We're kind of running out of things to discuss here, which is odd because I was hoping for some kind of announcement. It is only 2 p.m. It is only 2 p.m. for them, so, I mean, as soon as we're done live, something will be announced.
Stuart, we're going to go back on live. What? They announced Picard season 5. What? They're skipping season 4 for some reason. Ah! Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so super chat in. Anything Star Trek related you'd like to talk about?
It's so close. They should have had the... I mean, why the hell didn't they? They should have had the 4K TNG movies released on First Contact Day.
They should have done a lot of things. They just forgot First Contact Day existed.
Yeah, but I mean, that was the easiest thing. Just push it back by 4 days, and then it comes out on First Contact Day. The movie about First Contact in 4K, the best it's ever going to look.
Yeah. Matthew DeFreitas, you called this meeting. Yes, we did, and we want your input. We are not pillars unto ourselves. We have a community. We want to know what you guys want to talk about, and we want to hear your thoughts. So, yes, we called this meeting. Now speak up so that we can discuss your ideas.
Speak up, my hearties, yo-ho.
We're not here to lecture you. We are here to engage with you and expand on your ideas.
Except the days we're here to lecture you.
Yes, well, those are pretty obvious and clear.
Yes. Apart from the lecture days, we're not here to lecture. Except where we are. Yes. Funny. Dear me. I mean, you know, the amount of people is still First Contact related, but you know, I had some beautiful response to my fan film, the Generations doc. I had many comments saying it's a pity the guy gets assimilated in 13 months. Because he launches with the E, right? Thing is, Harriman's in temporal anomaly, which is after insurrection. So shut up.
He was one of the survivors.
Yeah.
Or he got transferred off before then.
Well, I mean, he's an engineer. He would have gone down with Geordi. I mean, that's where they went, as in his best people. And that's a big subplot in Harriman's journey, is that he became very pally with Geordi. And not even to say that he was actually special friends with Geordi, but Geordi's so personable. Like, I feel like Geordi would make lots of people feel special.
Special friends with Geordi.
Ooh. But you know what I mean? Like, Geordi would make you feel like you're a good friend of his if you, like, have the right vibe. Without actually having to be a really special friend, you can just be, like, he gives off that energy. And so lots of the different, like, there's a very conscious choice when we use Harriman, when he talks about Geordi, when he calls him in Command of LaForge and Geordi, because he's used to calling him Geordi many times, therefore it kind of slips out when he's not thinking about. So there's a fun. I mean, these are very subtle things, but I do try and think about that stuff. But yeah, several people have said do the doc about First Contact. Don't know how I do that.
Yeah. Surviving the Borg on the ship, that'd be awesome.
But I couldn't show any of the ship, though. That's the problem.
Why?
But I can't assimilate the interior of the ship, and I can't show lots of drones. I mean, it's too much to do. It's impractical. I mean, maybe with a big CG and fusion budget, but I couldn't afford to do that. It's just too much.
Well, it would be somebody recounting the events of it, just like you do with the other ones, right? So
no, I just
don't need to show that.
But I think you'd feel disappointed if you didn't see the assimilation at all. I mean, like nothing happens inside the Generations D to need to see the D really. Like it's mostly exterior / ship battle. But I do. It would be kind of funny though to do a doc about First Contact, and it 100% take place from the ground in Bozeman. That's all he witnessed. Like, it's an exciting time with Cochrane! Because that's all he saw. Like, this epic first contact, you says the Borg attack! And Harriman's just there, just helping to repel fuses. My first contact was very easy. I talked to Cochrane a bit. He offered me booze. The shortest doc ever, and then I got beamed up. It was great. And then my quarters were green all of a sudden. I had to repaint. You know, Lynch's body was in front of my crew quarters. That sucked. You know. Phaser wound in his chest. It was weird. Don't know the Borg use phasers. That would be really dark. Dear me.
Hornblow says, just wanted to say thank you for your channel.
Thank you.
I'm a cancer-ridden old Star Trek fan, and the cost of the TV channels is more than I can afford. So I listen and watch you guys for updates. Thank you. Well, sorry to hear about all that. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'm glad we can help in some small way. Wish we could do more.
Yeah, I mean, enjoy our backlog. There's thousands of hours probably. You can just binge days worth of content. Comes just the reviews, etc. Yeah, wow, thank you. Hope you not to get well soon, and if you're able to, but hope you're okay.
Yeah. And how long have you been watching? Because don't recognize the name, so if you're new here, that's awesome. Please make sure you're subscribed, obviously. And yeah, check out all the backlog content. Got a lot of cool stuff. Did the Enterprise B first encounter the Cardassians? Not sure about that. Probably in a book, maybe.
It would have been. You'd think the C would have been too late. I mean, as in the B era. I wouldn't necessarily say. Because the...
What do you think of First Contact? This is our poll, so go vote in the poll, guys. 127 of you here. Let's go vote. So what do you think of First Contact? Amazing movie, best Trek movie, okay Trek movie, or I don't like it? Go vote on the poll now. Gibbs, what if the changelings discovered when making an exact duplicate of Picard, they discovered the syndrome gave that one changeling abilities superior to all changelings? Oh, aromatic syndrome? It seems odd. I don't know how I feel about that.
And by the way, Enterprise C launched 30 years after... Oh, the Enterprise B was lost 30 years after the start of the occupation. So Cardassians knew Bajor for 30 years at that point. And assumed we'd know about the Bajorans earlier than we saw them, so... Yeah. I mean, many races take other races. It's not to say that it's anything special.
Yeah. Kevin Scotland says, I love First Contact, but I do think it's largely to blame for the format of the subsequent TNG movies. Picard Data double act with action sequences. Yeah, I will not disagree with you there. Absolutely will not disagree with you. It's no Into Darkness, but it's pretty good. Listen, Jericho, you're asking to be booted. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. Doctor says, I love that they're using the theme from First Contact to Picard now, and Star Trek 4, and Star Trek 6, and every other goddamn thing. Voyager. Every Star Trek music is in Picard Season 3, so.
Oh, so what's
52
the
votes.
instant reaction? Oh, interesting. Yeah.
52 votes. Amazing Movies winning at 56%. Nobody, 0%, has said they don't like it. So.
That's true. Yeah.
Best Trek movie at 24%. That's also like a good number. So.
Because the two best movies are obviously 2 and 8, 9. Like those are the two best. Depends what you want. But the benefit of First Contact is it has better space CG in terms of like scale and better makeup, because there's actually makeup in it, right? The Borg are better than the dancers in Wrath of Khan, right? So those things it does just better. But Wrath of Khan, the miniatures look better because they're focused on beauty shots. The E miniature looks amazing, but it's lit differently. Kirk is better in Khan than Picard is in First Contact? You'd have to say that, I guess. But it's more
different vibe though. One's action, one's just
well exactly.
Good captain.
Yeah, because in Khan, Kirk acts like Kirk. In First Contact, Picard is smashing cases and is just killing people. I mean, it's not the Picard we know. He's Patrick Stewart playing action hero, so he's actually not Picard in a sense. Whereas Wrath of Khan, he is Kirk still. He's Kirk playing Kirk. Spock's better than Lily, or than Data. I guess the allegory. Who's better, Data or Spock in the movie? In each movie, that's harder.
Data gets quite a lot to do.
Yeah.
So.
Does Spock get a lot to do?
Not really.
No, I don't think Spock's
He's like, here's the damage. I don't know what's happening, huh? And then.
Yeah, it's not his movie. I mean, it literally is his movie.
He sacrifices himself,
but he doesn't do a lot of the in-between stuff. Yeah, I think Brent must win that. Third, you've got Lily and Bones. Bones wins that just because Lily's okay. Bones is more interesting. But obviously Khan versus Borg Queen, two different that you can't really compare them. They're just different performances. But Khan's in it more, so Khan probably wins out for screen time and like development of character. But then Queen gets less time and delivers as good a performance in less time. So she achieves a character in less screen time, which is an impressive feat by itself.
Yeah, I guess. Matt Boardman says, will any of you be watching it to celebrate it? While we're talking about it, you guys put in the comments if you're going to be watching First Contact to celebrate First Contact Day. Let us know. And there's something else I want to read. Have fun, guys. Gotta run. Remember, try not to be a great man. Just be a man and let history make its own judgments.
Is that?
Sentimental nonsense. Who said that?
Someone probably quite smart.
So yeah, comments if you're going to be watching it for First Contact Day. I will not. I don't know. I don't have time to watch it. Considering I have Mandalorian first reaction video later today.
Well, it's also only the last 6 minutes of the movie. I mean, it's not as if it's a movie about that. Even though it is about that, it's not about that. It's such a small part about that movie.
It's fucking named First Contact. What do you mean it's not about it?
It's the last 6
My
minutes.
My dude.
I mean, if you skipped the ending epilogue, you wouldn't even see First Contact. Right?
Say that about a lot of movies. If you skip this certain part of the bulk of it.
Well, yeah. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you can have a heist movie that's not about the heist if the heist only lasts 6 minutes and the rest of it's a character story. It's a heist movie, but it's not about the heist. First Contact's about
up to the heist. What is about the heist?
It's about the journey to the heist. First Contact is a story about fighting the Borg, not about the actual launch itself. That's a side effect of fighting the Borg. If it was about the launch, that'd be the A plot with Picard on the planet dealing with Cochrane and launching the thing. That's the B plot for a reason.
Good Tea Nice House, where to watch and when? Physical media.
There you go.
Solves all your fucking problems. You don't have to look for it. That's all I have to say about that.
Except in your shelf. What else to compare the two? The ending, obviously, one...
And Matthew makes a good point. The entire movie is ensuring that First Contact happens, yes.
Yeah, but it could be any event, though. It could be anything in the past. They went back and stopped something to make it happen. It have to be First Contact. It could be literally anything. There are other variables. The closing, which is a better closing? The Genesis torpedo. The Genesis. Genesis. Was a better ending. The Genesis torpedo Khan sliding the or fist fight with the Borg Queen. In essence.
Khan. Because it's all on different ships, and the ship has to escape. But the explosion radius, it's fucking great. So.
Now this is more of a loaded one. I don't know what you'll go for it. Cochrane, guest actor, or Carol Marcus, guest actor? Who do you think does a better job?
Carol Marcus, the guest actress, was a nobody as far as I knew, so...
No, I just mean performance-wise. Who is better in the movie? Cochrane as the Cochrane actor, or Carol Marcus?
I don't think that's measurable.
Well, if you had just gut reaction, who do you enjoy more?
I don't have a gut reaction to that.
Okay, fair enough.
I think they're too different, actually.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying gut reaction.
William Levette throws in $10.
Oh.
No comment. Well, he says DVD or VHS. Well, Blu-ray or 4K.
I mean, do you have a DVD copy of First Contact there? Still?
DVD copy? Yeah, I got a DVD copy.
We're going to see if I can find a DVD copy right now. I think I know where our DVD is. We're going to see if I find a DVD.
Tangerine Star 26 throws in £5. The positive buzz surrounding Star Trek Picard has been wonderful to experience and refreshing. So many lessons to be learned here. Is Paramount paying attention? Probably not. They just announced a new show called Starfleet Academy, which is co-showrun by Alex Kurtzman. That means they have learned absolutely goddamn nothing. So, moving on. Michael Stafford puts in $2. Genesis is Planet Forbidden. Listen, backwards friend. Genesis may be Planet Forbidden, but I'm damn well gonna. Yeah. Anyway. Dan Ben says First Contact was supposed to have a sequel in a video game where the Queen survived and is in the ship's computer like a virus, and it's taking over the computer, but the game got canceled. That'd be kind of cool. That would be kind of neat, actually. Shame it got canceled, but 4K UHD Blu-ray all the way, baby. Yeah. Captain Casey Stewart says, I still have VHS First Contact. I don't know. I don't think I have my VHS First Contact. I got my VHS copies of the first 6 movies that we put them together. We got the picture of the Enterprise. Got those. I don't think I have any of the Next Generation films anymore in VHS. So... You broke your little ship. She was great, but I would prefer Kamal if I had to pick. Oh fuck! I hate what's her name. What was her name in this fucking movie? What's the black lady's name in First Contact?
Lily. We're talking about.
Lily. I fucking hate her so much.
So this is how cool I am. Our VHS and DVD reachable. Yep. We haven't got the Blu-ray. I've only got... No, actually I do. I lied. It's over there. So yeah. So VHS, the widescreen edition. It says featuring interview. That's Krieg. Ooh, interview. Free 3D sort of postcard. There is. Oh. Let's go on a history lesson. We've got a receipt. Oh my goodness. From MVC for £13. This VHS cost them £13. My goodness.
Damn.
Look at that. Collector.
I got one of those.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know where I got it. I don't remember having the VHS copy of this.
Because this would have come out really close to the film. Like this is the same year. Like within 12 months. This is the only movie. Has a briefing. First, this is from Rick Bowen and Jonathan Frakes. First Contact is a special film to us. It explores the values and visions of Gene Roddenberry's 24th century by telling the story of how the future was born. But most of all, the movie's a gift to you, the fans. People like you all over the world have made Star Trek the success it is today. Without you, the videotape you're holding wouldn't exist. The Borg wouldn't be assimilating, Picard wouldn't be fighting for humanity, and Zephram Cochrane wouldn't be flying his warp ship. Thanks for allowing us to bring it all to life. To the future! Well, they missed a dot at the end of future. It's just a line.
Futural.
Futural, yeah. So yeah, there you go. Genuine collector's edition, First Contact VHS, 1996, 106 minutes pro... God, when was the last time you guys held a VHS? That is a question. This hasn't been touched probably in 20 years. Some brochure as well. Oh! Your chance to win one of only 5 First Contact video sleeves. Oh my goodness. Signed by As Krieg. Do they can open it? Do they could go for it? That still be applicable?
Go for it.
And currently you can get Season 6 of DS9. Guys, go get... Or Season 4 of Voyager. Right now you get them on VHS. You can take one of the Star Trek Platinum card. Wow, very important. Wow, my goodness. So yeah, if you want to... Oh, okay. Are you ready for the poster quiz, Stuart? Let's see if we can win this poster. To win one of 5 Star Trek First Contact video sleeves, signed by As Krieg herself, the Borg Queen. Answer the following questions and complete the tiebreaker in no more than 8 words. Oh, that's a thing. Question 1. Now, keep it in your brain, okay? And we'll see if we know it. See if you want to say it. Question number 1. What is the name of the ship commanded by Lieutenant Worf in the film? Keep it in your brain. First question. Question number 2. What is the name of the human inventor of the warp drive? Keep it in your brain. As if watching the movie doesn't just tell you the answers, but okay. Question 3. What race makes first contact? Tiebreaker! If you could ask the leader of an alien race one question, what would it be in 8 words or less? So, Stuart! What was Commander Worf's assignment? What did he
Define.
Oh.
USS Define.
Let me look at the answers. Oh, you're right! What's the name of the human inventor of the warp drive?
Zephram Cochrane.
Oh my god, you're right! Alien race to make first contact with?
The Vulcans.
No, the Borg. That was their first because they shot.
No, Vulcans.
Tiebreaker. If you could ask the leader of one alien race one question, what would it be in 8 words? Stuart, we paid £13 in 1996 to ask you this question.
I got it. The question is it only a 2-party system? Don't want to get political or anything, but yeah.
Can you imagine going back to our young selves in 1996 and saying, this VHS question will be asked to my best friend on the internet in 26 years' time?
What's the internet?
While making fun of the fact that we've now got 4K. What the hell's 4K? There's 4,000 of it? Nope, shut up. This is in great condition, so there you go. There we go. There's some. I really like this sleeve. Look at that. It's classy. It like opens up sexily. Like, they put effort into this. This isn't just a classic sleeve. That's a nice sleeve.
Don't break things.
Nope. So that was one history lesson, Stuart. You ready for the DVD as well?
Ooh. Oh, absolutely.
I won't be receiving that though, because this is far more collectible. Careful with the VHS.
Probably no trivia on the DVD.
No. Maybe I should send this to Rick and Mike at Red Letter Media. I'm sure they'd destroy it. Imagine watching this on Best of the Worst. The 4K on one screen, this on the other. Okay. First countdown on DVD. Ooh, it's quite a heavy one.
Mr. Stefford said that's 7 words. Yes, it said 8 words or less.
Yes.
So.
Ooh. It's got a very, very high end, blank looking disc. No expense spared. Wow. How scratched is this? Oh, pristine.
As they should be. There's no reason anything should be scratched.
Nope.
From the case to the machine to the case. It's pretty simple.
And we've got the exact same art, although that's actually a rather high resolution version of the art. I've got to give them credit for that. It's a nice print. On every single version of the poster. It has the chapter scene selection. That is all. Thank you, DVD. You've flourished us with your insights. Extended features. Teaser trailer. Theatrical trailer. The VHS had an interview with the fucking Borg Queen. The DVD couldn't bother doing that? But I brought a special bonus one, Stuart. Insurrection. In literally reverse widescreen VHS. And it's all holographic a bit. Oh.
That's my favorite one. Star Trek My Erection.
Look how lo-fi that is. They never just like. It's not even a sticker. It's just a little fact sheet. Why didn't they ever make like these colourful and like logos?
They did.
They did.
Yep.
This is a big movie.
The early days of VHS, they did. After a while.
Then they gave up.
Yep. A lot of them had colourful like stickers on the spine there.
Oh, yeah, I remember the spine. But we do have a thing. Star Trek magazine. There's some 1998 VHS here. Oh, with a love shot of the E. Yeah.
Typical promotional shot of the E. Yep.
With the incorrect deflector.
Yep. Which looks better.
Well, it's blown out though. I mean, zero detail.
Yeah, but it's blue. So.
Since it first aired in 1996, Star Trek has defined the ideas. Blah, 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 blah. It's literally promoting the magazine. 64 pages of dedicated Starfleet Star Trek every month. I'm like, where? It's promoting it. Oh, subscribe to 12 issues for only £42.
Not
There
bad.
we go. Yeah. Oh my god, should I call the number?
Yes. Do it live. Put it on speakerphone.
Okay, let's call the Star Trek magazine from 1998. No, you know what? $10 super chat, I'll do it. Because that's a ridiculous thing to do.
That's fair.
That is fair.
That's fair.
But also, the video game, Hidden Evil.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. In the tradition of Star Trek, we've formed an alliance with Activision to give away 10 framed limited edition gold master copies of the latest Star Trek game in the galaxy, Hidden Evil, featuring the voice of Patrick Stewart and Data. To join the battle for Paradise, free and with a framed gold master CD, do a thing. Simply cool also. I mean, how is this a question? Simply call us at and tell the operator in which feature film did the Baku planet first appear. What, the movie that you bought the advert in? It's as if they made it so easy, it's not even a question, it's just something to make you call them. Crazy. Crazy.
It's marketing and promotional.
I know. William to the rescue. Okay, let's call the Star Trek magazine.
Did somebody super chat in?
William did.
William Lovett, $10. Thank you so much.
Now I'm going to read it out at home so you can all... not so cool. I'm calling. Give me a minute, okay? Now it's not necessarily an English number. I don't know... But it has to be callable by England. It's an English VHS, so it would have to be.
Yes.
0 1 8 5 8 4 3 3 1 6 9. If this is an automated response from the thing, that'd be incredible. Okay. Market
This person's phone is currently unavailable. Please try later or send a text.
Send a text. Hello, Star Trek. Oh.
Have you been assimilated? I'm worried about you. I tried calling.
I mean, I'll try the other one as well because 10 and 10 is nice. This is the this is to win Star Trek Hidden Evil. 01. But it didn't say it was disconnected though. It didn't say it was disconnected.
While you're doing that, Dan says, "Do you remember the first Contact trailer? They had a Borg ship and a Starfleet logo." Yes, I do remember that. Ship was passing over the Borg ship and then zoomed out to be the logo, the Delta.
Oh, well, okay, this might not work. Its closing date was the 20th of February 2000. They might have extended it. We can hope, right? We can hope. Okay? This is Activision, probably. It's Burnley. Oh. Huh.
From ringing to busy?
Yeah.
It's gonna blow up, Samuel. Throw it out the window.
That's interesting. That was an active number still. Did I just call Activision? Imagine if I get called back at 9 AM tomorrow. I'm like, hello? Hello, this is Activision UK. You called? What? Huh. Okay. Oh, it did start, though. That's interesting. Huh.
Oof.
Let me Google that number.
Did text exist in 2000? Yeah.
I think so. I mean,
But
text was before phone, but...
It's an upgraded number, so, I mean, it's just asking to text.
Well, because we had the phones in the Millennium. There were... I think there were...
T9 texting, yeah.
Yeah.
When
When was the famous Nokia?
Can't remember. I don't know.
I mean, that famous phone, the Nokia...
I say 2006 for some reason.
1985 was the Nokia Motorola Talkman,
Okay.
which is obviously the giant, the silly one. 96, so let's go, that's the one before. One that opened. But yeah, you could text, yeah. 1996, I had a text mobile phone. Ooh, Nokia 1993.
Text was like 50. Yeah, text was like 50 characters only. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I would assume you could probably. Well, there'd be pages at that point, but yeah, that one's only good.
T9 texting, so fun.
Okay. 6, 1, 1.
Mr. Captain 93, call Paramount. Yeah, we should call out Alice Kurtzman. Let's call John Van Sitters.
So I did just call a real place.
Mm-hmm.
I called a heating company in Rowley, England.
That was the Activision number?
Yeah. They open on Thursday at 8 AM. So I might get called. They're a small cottage company. Oh no, that's Rowley. Where's Rowley? Boy, if I get a call back, I'll be very confused. They are near Leeds. I mean, they're a long way from me. They're over half the country away from me. But hey, if you want Dexed heat recovery, give them a call. You can get their services. Let's go on Instagram. My goodness.
We should get, we should be getting paid for this.
We should. Wow. Dex was born 2009, so they lost the number between 2000 and 2009. Oh, what a shame. But anyway.
William Levette says, I'm still satisfied by the attempt. As am I. Yeah.
Look at
We
that.
should just do a live where we try to contact somebody at Paramount.
Yeah. Yeah, or just get every single VHS in our house and try and phone all the flyers.
I got the old Star Trek magazine. There's just got to be numbers in there we can call.
See, I don't want to get rid of this, right? This is history.
No, do not get rid of that. Tis history. Tis indeed.
Because DVDs you could get now. Could I even get a VHS of Star Trek right now? Can I even? Is there even a way?
Yeah, they're on eBay. Yeah.
Star...
I don't think I've got my next gen VHSs. I got all my motion picture through Star Trek 6. When you put them together, the spine creates the picture of the Enterprise coming out of that red burst. So I got that.
Yeah, you can still buy it if you wanted to. For £8. So it's only deflated by £5 over 26 years. It's pretty good. That was the special edition, obviously. I have. Although I don't necessarily see my one up there. Oh, there. Wait. Oh. Yeah, there's. Yep. So, yep. £7.49 plus £3 postage. So it's only two. You can get for £2 cheaper. That was bought 20 years ago. There we go. The thing kept its value, Stuart, somehow.
And it'll probably only go up.
Well, yeah. Whereas DVD, I mean, this would be like £2, wouldn't it? I mean, I guarantee that's not worth anything. Because will DVDs ever be collectible, really? Feels like they're the screw-it generation.
They will eventually, yes. VHS was the same thing at one point. You're like, this will never be worth anything. Now that DVD's out. But yeah, the longer you go, the more that people are interested. So
I mean, 99p, £6, £2, £4, £2. But yeah, obviously not yet. One thing obviously Dad had. He had that that TOS movie collection that was in the red box with the collector's edition with the that was like the gold standard. I remember from when I was young. Really pretty, with the lovely book sheet and the craft paper, you know, the thin paper that was with the imprinted logo of the Federation on it. That was lovely. Yes.
Well, guys.
There you go.
Yeah, that was fun. But I have dogs barking. I have to go take care of.
Fair enough.
Thank you guys for watching. Tune in tonight for my Mandalorian first reaction, and tomorrow night for my first reaction to the next episode of Picard.
Yes.
And then Friday, of course, for our 3-hour breakdown of said episode.
Yes.
So,
and I will be seeing you to do all the things, Stuart. To do all the darn things. Fun times.
All right. So until next time, he is Commander Cockings.
He's Captain Foley.